everybody, Julia Sansevere here tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Martin County Difference. We're on Facebook Live, and in a couple of more minutes we'll be on WSTUTV.com and also 1450 AM. And I wanted to give a shout out to all my friends that I left up in Gainesville. We all went to our different directions. I was at the Women's Council of Realtors Leadership Conference up there this morning. And here I am, the beauty of Florida and the turnpike. You get here on time. And in the studio tonight with me at the top of the show here, we're going to talk about the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. And I have the executive director, Tammy Calabria. Hello, Tammy.
Hello.
And talking close to the mic. So there we go.
Actually, this is the mic you're going to use.
Oh yeah, this is the one for Facebook. That's why I get it all mixed up. Okay. Oh good. Oh, it's already taped. How great. And then Sally Stetson, my buddy in real estate. Come on, scooch in, Sally, because they're not going to be able to see her on Facebook.
All right.
Sally's with ReMax, and she's a top producing agent in Stuart, in Martin County, and I've known her for a long time. We're friends through the Junior League. And I'm so delighted to have these wonderful ladies here tonight to talk about the Children's Museum, which is a fabulous project that the Junior League got done.
They did a lot of work in getting us started,
Yes.
and ReMax of Stuart has continued to do a lot of work
Yes.
for the Children's Museum.
Yes, yes.
So we've donated over $100,000 to the Children's Museum, and it's just the happy place in our community. It's wonderful.
That is amazing. So that's the good thing I wanted to say about realtors and about what we do in the community is that we don't just sell houses and help buyers and sellers. That's our job. But what we do is we live here too, and we have children and grandchildren, and we want the community to be nice for us too. So Sally has ensured that by being on the board. You're on the board of directors of the museum, right?
Forever and ever I've been on that board.
That's
We're never letting her go.
As well you should not. And Tammy is a member of the Junior League too. So there are many crossover lines that really make me appreciate those relationships that I've made in Stuart, in Martin County, through the associations I'm involved with. And real estate is the main one, and you know, I like to let people know I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker, but the beauty of the Martin County Difference is that Sally and I are friends and colleagues, even though we're in two different companies. She's at ReMax. I've done a deal with Sally. I'd love to do another one. Let's do that, Sally.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
And it makes it so much nicer when you work with your friends. And Sally is a sweet friend, and so I thank you ladies for coming in tonight. And tell us what's coming up at the museum. That's what we're here to talk about, and we're going to repeat a little bit of this at the top of the show when we get on the air with WSTU. But let's tell the audience on Facebook what's going on.
We have a Monster Dash. It's our very first official 5K run coming up on October 28th. We are going to be doing trick-or-treating, so it's a time for the kids to come out and trick-or-treat from 4:30 to 6:30.
Yeah.
You don't have to participate in the run. The kids can just come dressed up. They trick-or-treat through the museum. It's just a fun, safe place to come and enjoy with your family. And then we will have the 5K and the spooky sprint for the young ones that want to participate afterwards. We're going to have food trucks, and we're going to have a movie in the park, and it's just going to be a great time. And then immediately following that, on November 3rd, we have our Give and Gather, which is a fun, vendor-filled event. It's an adult after-hours party at the Children's Museum. Men and women, couples, friends are all coming.
Yes? 2 minutes. Okay, good. Thank you. I don't see us live, though. Are we definitely on? Okay.
So it's $20 per person. You can go online to www.childrensmuseumtc.org to purchase tickets. We'll have vendors, food and wine demonstrations, all kinds of stuff for you to look at for the holidays. It's kind of a kickoff to the holiday season.
Cool.
So those are two fun upcoming events.
Oh boy. Well, I went on the website and I wanted to let everybody know how to contact you, how to get to the museum. Everybody knows it's up on Indian River Drive.
Yes.
And it's open every day.
It's open Sunday through Sunday, actually, every day.
Yeah.
We are open Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thursday, Friday, we are open until 5 p.m., 10 to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, 12 to 4 on Sunday. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's a lot of different hours on a lot of different days. And we just have 1 minute left. We're going to take your questions. Thanks for tuning in. I finally found you on my iPad. I brought this in. So thanks, Stuart Coleman, for joining in. And we've already got some nice comments. Jane Harness, thank you. Great topic. Katie Bourgeois, we are rock stars tonight, she said. And Donna Moore and Scarlett Yarborough, thanks for joining. This is a great effort by the community to have entertainment for kids, because, you know, we're a retirement community here, pretty much. But guess what? There are people with kids, too. We are a wonderful community for schools. So we have a lot of families with school-age kids, and this is a wonderful place for them to come, to have birthday parties there.
We have birthday parties, we have fun events. We actually go into the schools, into the classrooms come to us. So we're partners with all of the school boards along the Treasure Coast. So it's just, we have a lot of great educational programs to offer.
Well, I think that's the nice thing about it. You know, Houston.
Opinions on this program are not necessarily those of
Make sure
WSTU
you
Digital
talk to
1450.
us.
The opinions expressed are those of the program hosts and guests. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Martin.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on WSTUTV.com and also on 1450 AM. It's Julia Sansevere with Coldwell Banker. Yes, I was your dancing realtor, and I guess I get to keep that name for a while.
Till we can cut you a new spot.
A new promo, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It's
It's
okay.
good. Yeah.
You can find me on Facebook that way, and you can see my little dance that I did for Healthy Start Coalition for Dancing with the Martin Stars, which was quite a journey. And
Okay, you put your heart and soul into it.
I did,
Yeah.
thank you, and a couple of 2-steps. And that's on Facebook, and so I'm just going to give a little ID. The Facebook page for the dance, if you want to go see there, is Dancing with the Stars, Julia Sansevere, Dancing with the Martin Stars. You know, send me a 10 in your message. That would be helpful. That would make me feel better. But also on Facebook, my real estate page is Julia Sansevere, Florida Waterfront Specialist. And in the studio with me tonight is another wonderful realtor, Sally Stetson. Hi, Sally.
Hey, Julia.
Hi. So we were talking on Facebook Live a little bit before, but we're going to just bring you up to speed on WSTU. Sally's with ReMax. I'm with Coldwell Banker.
ReMax of Stuart.
That's ReMax of Stuart. Yes,
Yep.
we got to get that
Yep,
straight.
gotta get that one in.
Don't want to get Jennifer mad at me.
No.
And also to have my guest, the main focus of this part of the show is about the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. And Tammy Calabria is our executive director of that fine institution.
Thank you.
Yes, and I know Tammy from the Junior League and also know Sally from the Junior League. And we were talking about how the Junior League was the main, I think, catalyst that got the museum going. And
Yes.
I'm from Houston, and we have a children's museum. I just think it's the most wonderful thing that you could have for an area, because, you know, we are all worried about, you know, we're going to go boating and we're going to play golf, and you know, it's a wonderful community for retirees, but we have good schools here, so we want something for the kids to do. And this
And
is
for the grandparents
and
to
for the
do.
grandparents to take them. That's right. That's right. So you have a pirate ship, right?
We
in the
have
main entry.
a 56-foot pirate ship in
Ooh.
our Explorer and our Bank of America Explorers Gallery. We have an Our Town side, which is full of typical exhibits that you would see in children's museums. So we have the Publix Our Town Market. We have
the grocery store,
yes,
right?
the grocery store. We have the vet clinic. We have a wellness center,
Oh,
which is sponsored by
veterinary.
Martin Health System. ReMax of Stuart has sponsored our Cracker House, and it's just a phenomenal place for kids to go build and play, and they can become architects for the day. So it's so much fun, and we love taking all the programs into the schools. We love seeing the schools come and visit. So we're partners with all the school boards. So it's just an amazing adventure.
It's a win-win-win-win.
It is.
Yeah.
Very much
And
so.
another win-win is the involvement that ReMax has had. ReMax of Stuart.
ReMax of Stuart, yes. Many years ago, our broker, Marianne Atkinson, put out a challenge to her realtors to say, I'll put in 25 if you can raise 25, and we quickly did that, and that's how the Cracker House evolved, and since then we've continued our relationship with the Children's Museum.
That's excellent.
It
And,
is.
you know, and that's what I was talking about before, is the Martin County Difference is the name of the show, and that's what we live. We live this wonderful, different lifestyle here that's friendly, and we get along, and Sally and I have done deals together, and we're colleagues and friends, and I know Tammy from the Junior League and Sally, and it's many, many crossovers of good networks of people with caring hearts who just want to make this a better place for all of us. So we don't just stick a sign in the yard and say, house for sale. Sally and I actually are out in the community, involved in community events and these institutions like this. And I can't think of anything better than the Treasure Coast, the Museum for the Children. It's just wonderful. So one thing I want to say is a shout out. We've got some people joining. John Heening says, nice job. Mary Lee Woodward Nichols, my cousin all the way down in Texas. And Lee England. Hi, Lee. Our Junior League cheerleader of all time.
Yes.
And it's the 25th year for Junior League, so I'll just give a shout out about that. It's a Jubilee year.
Yes.
And 25 years ago, just about, is when it all started and got the museum going. You know, the ideas came forward. What do we need in this community? And we didn't have a children's museum. So these are how the things happen.
Julia, do you know that between here and Fort Lauderdale, there's only one little tiny one in between? And we're getting people the kids are coming from as far away as Vero and Fort Pierce and
Sebastian.
It's just amazing what it's done for this community.
That is very cool, you know, because there are limited resources for, if you're going to have one, it might as well be here.
Yes.
And it's on Indian River Drive.
Right. It's become a destination.
Yes, absolutely. It's our own little Disney World for kids.
Yeah, is it true that they actually have a Publix there, that everything's 1/3 scale?
Actually, some of the things are true to size. So we have it's the miniature carts that the kids
they have the
push
little
around.
carts.
We do
Yeah.
have those,
Yeah.
but everything else, you know, everything comes directly from Publix, all the packaging and everything. So it's a complete mimicking of that of
The
store
experience,
shopping.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's our happy spot.
It is. It's a very happy spot.
Where
actually.
you're training new shoppers.
Yes. And everybody, this is Frank Mezzapelle. He's our engineer and producer in the studio, and I want to thank Frank. He does a great job for us here every week. And also shout out to Rhonda Martinez and Miranda Talent. You joined on Facebook. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, you know, we can interact with you. So if you have anything you want to know, Shelley Reinhardt. Oh my gosh, this is going back to my New York City days. Hi, Shelley.
So Rhonda, thanks for calling me for my birthday.
Oh, Rhonda, thanks for calling Richard for his birthday. Not.
And Julia, I'd like to offer
Yes,
up
you did.
something for
Yes.
our people that are listening. I have a free pass for a run in our 5K, which is worth $30.
Great.
And if someone would like to call me to take that, this is a timed
Give
run.
your number.
So my cell phone number is 772-834-6636. I need to hear from you by Monday. So give me a shout and I'll be glad to get that certificate to you.
Great. And what Sally's talking about is the Monster Dash. We talked about it before we got on the air with WSTU. But on Facebook Live, you heard about this. It's the Children's Museum Monster Dash 5K. It's your first one.
It's our first certified run.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's from 4:30 p.m. it starts, all the way to 9:30 p.m. is the whole event. But break it down for us, what you're going to do.
So 4:30, the kids can come. If you don't want to participate in the 5K, you do not have to. If you come at 4:30 and you just want to trick or treat with the kids throughout the museum from 4:30 to 6:30, you can just pay the general admission price and do that. If you do go to run sign up and you register for the run, all of that is included. So if you want to do the run, and then there's a kids spooky sprint that we're doing, the kids will get medals, and
Do they wear costumes?
they do wear costumes.
Oh my gosh.
Costumes are welcome.
And
get your costumes
it's a
ready.
timed run.
Yeah.
So
It's a
it's
timed
really
run.
Certified
this
run.
is a certified run.
Oh my gosh. So that's pretty cool. And how old are the kids?
There's no age limit.
No, really? You have little?
We will have little, we will have strollers,
How
we
cute.
will have, so all are welcome to come and participate. It's going to be a really fun event. We're going to have food trucks and movie in the park afterwards.
Oh,
so
nice.
it's going to be a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
because it's 7:15. It says the Kids Spooky Sprint. The Monster Dash is at 6:30. So from 4:30 to 6:30 is trick or treating. And you can go on the website. You can go on the. I'll finish talking about this, but the museum has a website. It's childrensmuseumtc.org. And you can get all of the information there, but we'll just review it really quickly. So 4:30 is the trick or treat, 6:30 is the Monster Dash 5K, 7:15 Kids Spooky Sprint. I like that. And 7:30 the costume contest.
Yes.
Okay. And 7:45 race awards, and then 9 p.m. a movie. Is it a spooky movie?
It will be a spooky movie
Ooh.
in the park. We're doing the big inflatable big screen in the park, so it's a movie actually in the park. And The first 300 people to sign up through Run Sign Up get a goodie bag stuffed full of great stuff.
Oh.
They get a t-shirt. The winners get Tervis tumblers, which are sponsored by Forward Electric.
Oh, that's
and,
wonderful.
Four Fish Marine is our presenting sponsor, so
Okay,
it's
is
just great.
it, and how can they register? Just go to the website?
You could go to our website. There's a Facebook event page. On our
Okay.
Facebook page, there's links everywhere.
Okay, good.
Run Sign Up is actually doing the registration. Mike Melton is handling all of the race details for us, so
Good, and
He's an
sponsorships,
avid runner, Mike.
he's a very
Yes.
active
Yeah.
runner.
are
Also,
sponsorships available
Julia,
still?
we
Yes.
have our own, what do we have that's so wonderful that we have online?
Oh, we have an app.
An
We
app,
actually, we
excuse
actually
me, the
have
app,
The
and
Children's
that's so
Museum
great.
does have an app.
Oh,
You can get
cool.
it through your
Yeah.
iTunes or your Android.
The App Store?
The App Store,
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
and they just do Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast?
Mhm.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
if you type in Children's Museum,
It'll
it
come
should
up.
come up. Yes.
And that
That's
has
cool.
everything that's going on.
That's
It's
right
a
at your
really nice
fingertips.
thing.
You are right in the groove.
We are.
Oh my
What's
gosh.
the website again?
Huh?
What's the website again?
Well, the website is Treasure Coast,
It's
excuse me,
Children's
Children's
Museum,
Museum, TC for treasurecoast.org. But they have an app, and that's so cool. And it's just type in Children's Museum and it'll come up. But also on Facebook, they're on Facebook, and that's where I posted the promo today. I think, you just helped me out there. And Lee said, we're doing a good job. Thanks, Lee. And so we've got Aubrey Campbell. Yay! Oh, she says I'm still the dancing realtor in her eyes. Thank you. And she still has the most precious baby. How's June? So I wanted to go over a little bit more about where you are and other events and things like that, and the gallery, all of the things you have. This is for all ages, even parents and grandparents. Because I went up there for a meeting and I was like, wow, this is shipping here. It's this big galleon,
Yes,
right?
it's a one-of-a-kind 56-foot Spanish galleon. It's a replica of a merchant ship. The kids all call it a pirate ship, obviously,
Yeah.
when they come
Yeah.
in. I don't know
Yeah.
how,
Well, it's
but
probably square sailed, right?
yes, it is.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why they call it a pirate
okay.
ship, yeah.
And they love to shoot cannons
The
off
cannon,
the
to
top.
shoot a
Ah.
cannon. So
And-
and it is for all ages. We
Yeah.
have a great train exhibit that, the grandparents that come in, the grandfathers that grew up with trains, it's
Right.
an immediate
Connection,
connector
right.
with them. I mean, they just love telling them all about their train set that they had as kids, and it's definitely a multi-generational experience.
And you have memberships for multi-generational, I noticed on the website.
We have
So-
family memberships that are $110 for the entire year.
That's
so if you're
nothing.
coming more than once or twice in the year, it's definitely worth it. You get a lot of
Yeah.
perks and discounts and benefits that go along with that. And then we have a grandparent membership, so that is for the grandparents and all of the grandchildren for $85.
Wow,
Nice.
that's very good. So, all the snowbirds can join when they're here for temporary or whatever, or if you're here full-time. That's a
Right.
great deal no matter what, and it's good for all year. So I encourage you to go on the website, and again, I'm going to say what that is. It is
Children's Museum,
TC.org.
Wow.
All together now. And I want to thank Sally for doing what she does in the community. We met through the Junior League, and I remember just so looking up to you going, you're Sally Stetson?
Oh,
And
no.
yes, I did, because I just had sort of seen you at marketing. We go to marketing meetings on Tuesdays, and I was in awe of you, and I still am, because you're a top
Thank
producer,
you.
but you're really right in there working on community issues.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, absolutely, and my hat is off to you. And also Tammy, of course, I didn't leave you out, but you're running a beautiful museum like this, but this is just what makes us so special, is that we have people who live in the community and make it a nicer place, because we want it nice, but and your husband's involved in things too,
Very
and,
much so.
and your son, John, and Erica's a member of the Junior League, your daughter-in-law, and I know
Yes.
her. So it's just a really wonderful family affair, and that's really what's nice about all of that. And the other events you have coming up, and birthday parties, let's talk more about
Yes.
that. So
We do offer birthday parties. They're all-inclusive birthday parties with the exception of pizza, which we can order for you. It's
pizza.
just a fun atmosphere. We have a party room that is just colorful and fun, and just kids have a great time. And then they have free time in the museum, and it's a great place to go. It's very reasonably priced,
Yes.
especially for members.
Yes.
And,
Be a member, don't forget.
So we encourage that, and we actually do hold adult events as well. We are going to have our Give and Gather, which is coming up. I know we discussed it before a little bit, but November 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
So we're inviting all the adults, couples, husbands, wives. We have things for men. We have things for women. So the holidays are coming up, and we're kicking it off with our Give and Gather. So we encourage everyone to come. And then we are one of the only places that are still bringing in snow. So in December, we will have our Holidays Around the World event, and we will be bringing in snow. And all of those things can be found on the app, Facebook page,
Oh, that's so
and our
cool.
website under the calendar.
So I might come up there to see the snow. And I don't have to shovel it, right?
No.
No, you get
No,
to play in
I
it.
get to
You
play
can
in it.
But you're gonna have to get in
Snowball
line,
fights.
Julia,
I know.
because it's really, really popular.
I bet. And what day is that? Is there a day for that?
I believe
In
it's
December?
December 12th, but
Okay. We'll go to the app.
Yes.
We're going to the what's happening though coming up is movie night.
we do
November
have
4th.
movie night is a drop-off night, so it's a date night for adults. They
Cool.
can drop the kids off. The kids have pizza and popcorn, and they watch a really fun kids movie.
Okay.
It's up to 12 years of age. 4 to 12 years old are invited. It's $10 a person, very reasonably
Right.
priced. Again, you pay a babysitter
Cheaper
more than
a
that.
babysitter.
So
Yeah.
and they have fun. They have free time in the museum. They watch the movie, and they just make actually connections with other kids that
Oh,
they
that's
don't
nice.
know.
Right.
And they make friendships. I mean, we have kids that still go to play dates because they've met at movie night. So it's just a fun and actually parents have met each other and they've gone out for movie night.
That's nice.
for
Double dating.
dinners.
Yeah,
yes.
right.
Dating.
And it's a Friday night, so November 4th, Friday night, so that's really good. And do you do that often? Is that once a month?
It varies. We do more of them in the summertime, but at
Mm.
least once a month. So just keep an eye out on the website and
Or the app.
or
Or
the app.
Or
The app
the
is
app.
great
I love
because
it.
you will get, if you sign up for the notifications, we do send reminders, and not overwhelmingly, but reminders and notifications for the events. And if the museum's closed, we send out, okay, we're closed today because we were
Uh-huh.
closed during our haunted house, which we had over 3,000 visitors come through our haunted house over the 3-day
What?
period. So
Goodness.
a lot of people were scared in Martin County and St. Lucie.
And the holidays, you are closed on some major holidays. I noticed
Yes,
that.
we
So,
are.
so yeah, if you're spending Easter at the museum, you're in the wrong place.
And Julia, I want to put a shout out for our wonderful camp in the summertime.
Oh,
And
yes.
really, people in Martin County need to get on this early because we have early registration.
Okay.
And the kids that go to this, my own granddaughter went there this summer and she loved it. And it's the best value and the best place for kids to be in the summertime.
Good. And tell us about it, Sally. What do they do?
Oh
How
my
long
gosh.
is it? Is it every day? Is
They
it?
can go for a week, they can sign up. There's a couple of kids, Tammy, that go for the whole summer
We
there.
do. We run a 9-week summer camp. You can do
Okay.
half day, you can do full day, but each week is completely different. Last summer they toured around the world, so they learned about a different country. They learned about their culture. They made cuisine, which a lot of it came from our
Oh.
Junior League Pizza Garden.
Oh.
They were able to harvest items from the garden, and they made food that was for each culture that they learned
Specific
about,
to the
specific to
country.
the country.
Nice.
So each week is a different theme. They do different things. We do paddle boarding when the water is good.
Uh-huh.
Which this past summer, unfortunately, we did not get to do paddle boarding. So
Ah.
we did field trips and other things. So it's not just, you're sending them to a place. They are busy from the moment they arrive till the moment they leave. So
How wonderful. Well, some of my best memories are that kind of summer day camp that, you go and you do arts and crafts and you do meet the other kids, and what a wonderful, well-rounded thing. And you're not sending them way off, because I did go to camp in Hunt, Texas, Camp Mystic, and you went there for 6 weeks and you didn't come home,
Right.
until your laundry was all done. And it was like, Mom, I need new underwear. So, Rob Ganji, a
Oh,
fellow friend of
Rob.
ours. Rob,
Hi,
hi,
Rob.
Rob. He just joined. And super duper informative, Aubrey Campbell says. The museum is right down the street from her house, and she's loving hearing about all the amazing things they offer. And Brittany Holdy, another realtor.
yes.
Yeah.
And Brittany's has items in our goodie bag. Thank you, Brittany, for donating
Ah.
some cups for our goodie bag.
And she's a realtor here in town. Chelsea Title wants to go.
There we go.
So there we go. We've got lots of interest, and I thank you for all jumping on. And Marta Hogan, a friend of mine from NBC Days. Hi, Marta. Dick's here helping me with the camera. And Ken Street and Liza Stanley and Carrie Burgess.
Oh,
Sally
nice.
does so
Carrie,
much.
I love
Oh.
Carrie.
Tell us about Carrie.
Oh, Carrie. Carrie's our wonderful manager and educator at ReMax of Stuart and Palm City, and she is so involved with animal shelters that are no-kill shelters, and she will place animals that are found in homes, and she really is dedicated and passionate about that. And everything that Carrie puts her heart into is just wonderful. She's a lovely, lovely person.
Very gracious, very refined.
Very nice
She
lady.
is the epitome of what you want in that position in your
Yes,
office. She is-
absolutely.
Shout out to you, Carrie. And you know what? Come on the show and let's talk about your passion. Because the latter half of this show is going to be about the Equine Rescue and Adoption Foundation. So we're going to have them on. So certainly we love our animals and we want to take care of them as well as our little kids. So we're going to head to a break now. We're going to come back and say hi to more people on Facebook Live, excuse me. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the events coming up and your year ahead and you know, your kind of your strategic plan, where you're going.
Great.
All right?
Great.
Thank you.
So thank you.
And one of the things that
Yes.
occurred to me when you were talking about the galleon that you have there at the museum, that you can tell the kids, because I love trivia, because those galleons would make maybe 2 or 3 trips between Europe and the United States before they would eventually crash maybe on a reef somewhere, right? So that works out to about 6,000 miles to the galleon.
Oh! I was wondering where you were going with that. That was good. Hooray!
That was good. What is that thing? Oh, it's an
That
app.
is a pretty
I'm so
6,000
sorry.
miles to the galleon, huh?
So hey everybody on Facebook, thank you so much. This is exciting to have everybody joining us. Brittany, John Hogarth, a fellow friend of mine. Hi John, another realtor. And Lisa Pinkley. Hey Lisa. You didn't
She was
even
at the
know.
Women's Club today.
Yes, she was at the Women's Club of Stuart,
Yes.
and she just found out earlier today that we have a children's museum.
Oh my goodness.
So there we go. And Ed Campy. Hi Ed.
Hey, any of my friends come in yet?
Yeah, Marta Hogan, Rhonda Martinez, yes. And Robert Agnello joined. Oh, good. One of my friends from my Maury Povich days. Hi, Rob. And Kelly Dukowski. Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
Yeah, she's a
Yes.
new board member. with
Yay,
us.
we are
And
so
she's
lucky.
with ReMax.
And she says we are so lucky to have an amazing resource such as the Children's Museum in our community. Absolutely. Thumbs up for that.
Yes.
I really, when I found out there was one, it was a few years back, I'm like, what? Really? I was like, big towns like Houston, they have that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really cool that we have it. And like you said, it's a destination. Or you said that, and I said it's Disney World, but they come from Fort Lauderdale, they come from Vero, everywhere, all around. So if you're out there and you're listening, you're looking, and you don't live right in Stuart, but you're close enough by, bring your kids. It's great. I mean, it's so well located. It's right on Indian River Drive, so it's in a beautiful location.
It's in the heart of Indian Riverside Park, which you can spend an entire day. You can go to the fountains.
Right.
You can go. There's a beach right there at Indian Riverside Park.
That's right.
You can have lunch in the park. You can have lunch at the museum, but you can actually spend an entire day. And then you have the Dolphin Bar or Mulligan's just close by. So
There you go.
You can go for lunch if you don't want to pack your lunch. So it's just an amazing site.
It
And we are
really
so
is.
fortunate to be there. Thank you, Board of County Commissioners, for
And we
Yes.
have a
allowing
nice,
us
nice
to.
long lease on it now,
Yes.
which allows us to
good.
continue with our capital campaign.
Good, because.
Come back in 7 seconds.
Okay, good. So we're going to come back onto WSTU.
You can tell Ed Campy that. He's on. He's one of the new commissioners.
Yeah, Ed Campy,
Right.
congratulations.
Now back to the Martin County Difference here on WSTU Digital.
Hi everybody, Julia Sansevere with Coldwell Banker and my buddy Sally Stetson with ReMax of
Hi,
Stuart.
Julia.
Hi. And also Tammy Calabria with the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast, and that's what we're here talking about. Having a really good time, feeling like kids again ourselves.
Yes.
Remembering the days gone by, only a couple of days ago. But I want to thank everybody for joining on Facebook Live, and one was Stacy Hetherington. She's out there. She's a
Oh,
realtor.
good. Hi,
Yep.
Stacy.
And congratulations to Stacy. She just was elected our Republican committee woman. And Ed Campy, our newly elected commissioner. So congratulations to you, Ed, and thanks for joining us. And, you know, Ed was involved in, I think, the Splash Park for kids. So that's another thing, so we have for kids. So, you know, if you want to get wet, you can go there. If you don't want to get wet, come to the Children's Museum.
Or do both.
Or do both. There you
Yes.
go. There you go. And if you want to go to the beach, actually the Children's Museum is on the way.
And we actually have a little beach at the museum, right
Okay.
outside, right in the back door at Indian Riverside Park.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that on break. And the other thing we were saying is that the park is so large, you could spend a day there. It's Indian Riverside Park, if you're not familiar with it. Those of you who are not from Stuart, it's a beautiful park up on the river. And so it's got, it's our one or two hills. It's our
Yes.
only hill.
Yes.
It's our big
Yes.
hill. That's
The mansion sits right on top of the hill.
yes, the mansion at Tuckahoe is a beautiful building, and you can have a wedding there or other parties, and you know. But the good thing about the museum is you can have kids parties there,
Yes, you can.
and you could even have another event. Like we're going to have some events for the Junior League. Our Jubilee year is this year, so we're going to have a culmination kind of event up in April at the museum because of the you know the connection between the Junior League and the Children's Museum. But so, you know, you could have a gala. Just call Tammy.
Yes.
Just call Tammy and you can have your event there and rent out the space. And it's a pretty cool space. You know, it reminds me of the Museum of Natural History. That big blue whale.
Yes.
Because of the ship.
Yeah.
You know? And you walk in, you're like, there's this thing.
And
But-
you know, Marty Huizenga was behind that ship as well as Frances Langford.
Oh,
and so
thank you.
we
Tell
have
us
so
more.
much history from Frances Langford, and it was so kind of Marty and Wayne Huizenga to do this because they adopted Martin County as their home
Mhm.
away from Fort Lauderdale. And of course, through the Community Foundation, Frances Langford had her interest in Martin County for the years she lived here.
Right.
So that's the Marty Francis is the name of our pirate ship.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I
Yes.
see.
It
I do
is.
get that question. How did you get that name, Marty Francis? And that's where it came
So
from.
Frances
Yes.
Langford for Francis and Marty for
Marty
Mr.
Huizenga.
Huizenga.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Because I did read that he was instrumental in making sure that kind of got engineered and done. That he's very conscious and conscientious, I should say, about the community wherever he is. He does a lot of good.
But honestly, Julia, this was really in the heart of Marty, who is his wife.
Oh,
Wayne
Marty, his wife.
Yes,
He's
Wayne.
Wayne. That's right. That's
Wayne
right.
has always done so many wonderful things.
Yes,
But this
right.
really resonated with Marty, and she made this happen. She was the reason we got this off the ground. with
Thank
her
you for
donation.
for straightening me out on that. It's Marty,
Yeah,
the wife.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I was thinking Wayne, and I know
No,
that's
no.
not his
And
name.
a fun little story about that, Paula Chamberlain, who recruited me to be in the Junior League at the time, we joined the project for the Children's Museum, and she toured Marty Huizenga and myself through the abandoned building that was sitting there. There were no windows. Every creature was crawling on the floor.
Ah.
And Paula just had this vision, and she said, can't you just imagine the ship sitting in the galley, and you know, you can see this over here and this over here. And Marty said, you know what, I could see it. Of course I could not see it because I have to feel and touch things, and
Yeah.
I just couldn't picture it. But they had that vision, and Paula made sure that it stuck, and so she
Wow.
made sure the Junior League was behind it, and that's how we got here.
Well, it's a really good organic also type story, and that's what's so nice about it is that there was a need discovered through, you know, the moms of Martin County scratching their head going, you know, what are we missing here? And I should say, not me, but the Junior League and those people who did that research came up with the idea. So I think it's a wonderful thing. And how can they get in touch with you, Tammy? I think we have a website.
We have a website, childrensmuseumtc.org. We
Right.
have an app. We have our Facebook page.
Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast.
Yes.
Right. And your
And
phone number
Our
is?
phone number is 772-225-7575. I'm at extension 203, but you can speak to anyone at the museum, and they would be happy to help you.
Well, thank you. And I have some fun facts here. I thought this was really clever about your town gallery. You got your fire truck in '09, and then you opened the car care center in '09. What is the car care center?
Oh, Julia, I have to bounce in here because it's so funny. Little girls go in there, and you think little boys are going to go in there, but no, they put on their little aprons, and they get ready, and they take off tires, and they pull out their whatever you do to change a tire, they're just all over
How
that.
great!
It is so much fun.
That is good.
There's no gender in
Good,
that. It's
good.
so nice to see.
They're playing with each other and being like dad or mom and just, and like, because little girls love to play with their dads on Saturday and follow them around. I know I did with my dad. And, I couldn't do anything he was doing, but at least I would follow around and try, And guess who's on? Erica.
Oh,
And she
nice.
says that Tegan is watching. Hi, Grammy.
Oh, hi Tegan. Hi Tegan.
Aw.
That's so cute.
And I bet Tegan's been to the museum
Oh,
quite a
boy,
few
she
times.
has. She was in camp there and she loved it.
Okay. And how
Yeah.
old is Tegan?
She will be 7 November 14th.
Perfect age.
Yeah.
Perfect age. So,
Yeah.
and
She's been going since she was a little tiny girl.
Okay, there you go, because it's
Yeah.
been open as long as she's been
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And then in 2010, the veterinary clinic was open. Do they have stuffed animals or real
There's
animals?
stuffed animals. There is a lab table. There's all kinds of instruments so the kids can really pretend that they're a vet for a day. There's a X-ray viewing area so they can look at the X-rays, and it's just a lot of fun.
And they can get the heartbeat.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. That is so sweet. And then the mail stop. What's the mail stop? In 2011, that opened.
We just added mailboxes to all of the exhibits, and then we have a postal center, so they can take mail, they can deliver it to the post office, and they can actually take it to the exhibits and deliver to the exhibits.
Oh, how cute!
Kids, it was the simplest, easiest thing to do, and they love it. The kids just love it.
Playing mailman.
Yep.
And Julia,
Yes.
ReMax of Stuart just added another part of their exhibit,
Oh.
which is this air
It's
machine.
a flight lab.
It's a
Oh.
flight lab, so the kids and my 3-year-old Cooper loves this. You put the balloon, if you will, at the bottom, and it fills with air, and it shoots up through the top. And he's like astounded every time it happens. He can't believe that's possible.
Oh my
But
gosh.
it's really cool.
That is cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then, because that's on the Children's Theater in 2012.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Children's Theater.
There are trunks throughout the theater that you can pick your own play, and you can act out your own play. You can dress up. You can create your
Costumes?
scenery. Yes, there's
Costumes.
costumes.
Oh.
There's a script, and then you can create your own backdrop with the felt pieces that you can place on the big board on the back.
Oh, that's
you
the
can,
best.
Yes, you
I
can
would
do
be in the
puppet
theater.
shows. You can do all kinds of stuff.
I'll be in the theater.
Yeah.
I'll
And
do
we
that.
also take donations, so after
Oh,
Halloween,
thank you.
if people have their costumes that they don't need anymore,
Yes.
bring them to the Children's Museum, because
Oh, that's a good idea.
hands-on all the time.
Okay.
Forget, this is hands-on, so
Right.
we need replacements from
Sure.
time to time.
Okay, that's a good idea. And when you said donations, I was thinking, some change. People can donate to the museum.
They can
obviously.
donate children's books. We're going to be adding little reading nooks throughout the museum to have books that are centered around each exhibit. So that's a new adventure we're going to be taking on. So
That sounds good. So they would learn through reading about what they're playing with,
Yes.
and that's really good. And because you talked about the train exhibit, that opened in 2012.
yes,
And so how big of a train? I don't think I saw that when I was
it's
there last.
about 12 feet long
Oh.
and 8 feet wide. And the
Oh.
local train collectors association built it for us and put it together. They got all of the items donated. So we have a 3-track system that runs. We're going to be displaying the Harry Potter train. Soon we did the Thomas the Train,
Train.
and we've done the now it just escaped me, the Christmas train, the one for the Christmas movie. Oh my gosh.
Well, I don't know, but the one that flies, that one, the Tom
No.
Hanks narrated that one.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, that
Yes,
one. Okay.
that-
Hey.
yes.
But Julia, you mentioned something really important. You said there are lots of ways to give. We
Yes.
are really going to launch a capital campaign because we're
Okay.
getting close to build out. And I've always had this dream that if everybody in Martin County would give $5 to the Children's Museum, we would have enough to build out the rest of the museum. And
Did you hear that?
$5.
$5 is all
We'll
you need
take
to
$1
send.
million, but
Yeah.
we'll take 5, you know?
Well, this is how I raised over $38,000 for the Healthy Start Coalition. $5, $25,
That's it.
$100.
It's-
It adds up.
Just get skinny in the game.
Yeah, get some skin in the game. But 1707 Northeast Indian River Drive, would they send their checks there?
They would send the checks to our mailing
Oh,
address.
your mailing address.
We do not actually have a mail stop at the museum on
Okay.
the outside, but we
Okay.
do in the inside.
So-
But P.O. Box 2147, Stuart, Florida 34995.
Right.
You can. We actually do have a GoFund campaign that we're doing right now
Oh,
that
good.
will help bring new exhibits and bring new things and exciting things to the Children's
Good.
Museum.
And
then
on your website, do
on
they
our
have a
website,
place to click to
there's
donate?
Oh, and
there's
on the
a
app.
treasure chest
On the app.
and on the app. Yes.
Yes, the
Anywhere
app,
you
yeah.
go.
The app, the
Yes.
app, the app, the app. And also, not to forget, the Children's Museum, their first Monster Dash, a 5K race for the kids, is happening Friday, October 28th. So that's just coming up right around the corner.
Yep.
And you still have time to register your
Yes.
child, right?
Yes.
And-
Or adults can just come and they can run in the run.
And
Yeah,
I'll
there you
give
go.
away a run if someone will call me. I've got a ticket for some
Oh,
adult.
yes, that's what you said. That's
Yes.
right. So call
So,
Sally.
yeah.
Give us your number again.
772-834-6636. It's a timed run, and it's a $30 donation to the Children's Museum, and I
Okay.
have that for you.
Great, because it's for the kids, but adults are more than welcome to come and have a good time with the kids. And there's going to be a costume contest. Don't forget, so dress up in your spookiest costume. And there'll be the Monster Dash at 6:30, but the whole thing starts with trick or treating at 4:30. Then 6:30 is the Monster Dash, and at 7:15 is the kids' spooky what? Sprint. Now, what is that? Is that different from the Monster Dash?
It's just a short run for
Oh,
the
okay.
kids, the smaller kids, or
That's
any
the
kids
one
that
I would
don't
do.
want to do the 5K. They
Yeah.
can run, and then they'll get medals after they're
Oh, that's nice.
completed.
Yeah, I'd be good for a sprint, but that's
And
not.
Julia, don't forget the 5K is for serious runners as well, because it's a timed run.
Okay.
So that's very important.
And that is one of those that they call them when you, like the Treasure Coast runners, it's
Yes.
it's a
Yes.
sanctioned
Absolutely.
run.
Yes.
And so all ages though, of kids.
Whoever.
Yeah.
What
Whoever
about
wants to
adults?
ride it.
Can
adults, that's for adults.
Oh, okay,
The
this is-
5K is for the adults.
Okay.
And children,
And
if they
children.
want
kids,
to.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But the spooky sprint is for kids.
Yeah.
And maybe some fun, loving older people.
Like moi. Yes, and so the race awards will be at 7:45. The costume contest will be right before that, so don't forget to wear your cute costumes, and then donate them afterward to the museum, because you'll be getting a new one next year when you grow out of this one.
Yes.
And 8 p.m. is a movie.
Yes.
Yes.
In the park.
Movie in the park. How neat is that? So that's October 28th, Friday, 4:30 to 9:30, and today's the 19th, so that's just less than 10 days.
Yeah.
It's not this Friday, it's next Friday.
And we're really on our way to getting lots of people signed up for this race. So
That's great.
it's going to be a fun event.
And where's it going to kind of go? Like through the
It'll-
park and
It will go through the park and also up through Rio.
up through Rhino? Great. Okay, that's kind of neat. So, we have a beautiful community, so why not take a run through it and do some good for the museum, for the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast, and have some fun. It's Halloween, and it's a safe event for your kids, for you, and there'll be a movie afterwards, and you can call 772-225-7575 to find out more about it, or go on their app for the Treasure Coast, for the museum, Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. Look that up in your app store, and also go on the website, which is childrensmuseumtc.org. And remember, they have camp in the summer, but you got to get on board now because
It fills up.
It
we
fills up.
sell out of our summer camps.
Yeah.
Pretty early. We offer a discount in March, so you can get 10% off your membership. Or the camp week if you sign up early, if you pre-register.
Oh, great, great, great. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and say a shout out to some more of our Facebook Live folks. Thanks for joining in. Andrew Bell, I just saw him in Gainesville this morning. So, are we out, Frank?
We are now.
Oh, we're out. Oh, okay. No, but we're still on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Oh my God, yeah.
Hey, Eddie McEwen's on, did you
We can
know?
talk real estate.
No.
Julie?
Sally, we can talk real estate.
I want to know the trends that are coming right now
Yeah.
in real estate. I'm thinking of maybe selling and doing downsizing.
Okay.
So I'm curious.
that's a good thing to do.
You see that Ed McEwen is on?
No, I missed that. Oh, you probably have him. I've got John Stetson is on, and then I have Erica Dewey Vinaya. Thanks, great organization, and so lucky to have been a part of this organization.
Aw,
Thank you,
Dewey.
Tammy, for allowing me to be a part of it.
He was great.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
And Andrew Bell and Jenny Murphy, Jenny Long Murphy, my friend from Houston, from growing up. Oh my God, hi Jenny, and living in New York City. We ended up being neighbors in New York.
Well,
Amazing.
say hello to Ed because he's
And
on.
Donovan.
I don't know why you don't see him.
I saw Ed McEwen.
Ed McEwen, yeah.
Okay, we know what? I can't see everybody. Hi, Ed McEwen. And Donna Moore. Hi, Tammy, Sally, and Julia. The Children's Museum sounds so wonderful. Plan to bring my granddaughter.
Yay!
That's great.
Yay.
Yeah, that's what we're aiming to do, is to get the word out, not only about the event, but the whole museum. But the event is cool. I mean, to have, it takes a lot to organize a 5K run.
Yes.
So have you had a lot of good help? Is it only museum people helping you, or do you have other volunteers from the community? Because I want to talk about people could volunteer if they want.
Well, we have some great volunteer groups. I know Target is a great group. Bank of America volunteers come in.
Oh,
ReMax
wow.
of Stuart volunteers come in. So we have a great volunteer base.
But we can always use
we
more.
can always use
Always
volunteers.
more.
But
Yeah.
Mike Melton handling all the details for the run has been a huge help. So he's kind of organized that whole end. So then we're just responsible for the registrations and getting the food trucks and the movie and all that fun stuff going on.
The food trucks, that's going to be awesome. Food trucks are like the trend these days. And we were talking about real estate trends. Look at that segue, huh? So Sally and I are in real estate here in Martin County, and we can talk about the fact that there are not many houses for sale right now. So if you want your house to sell, call Sally at ReMax of Stuart, or call me at Coldwell Banker. We'll duke it out. No, we share. We've done deals together. We love that. But you were talking about what you wanted to know about the trends of what's going on in the market. You're thinking of downsizing.
I think a lot of us parents whose kids are getting ready to go off to college are thinking about, okay, is it time to downsize? Is it time to sell? Is it not time to sell? Should you hold on to your house? So those are the kind of things that I juggle in my mind as I'm looking forward to the next year. So,
Well, what do you think, Sally?
Well, I think, Tammy, I know you live in Palm City, and Palm City is just such a popular area because you're close to I-95 and the Turnpike, and our schools are so good, and our taxes are lower than Palm Beach County. So, of course, the young people who are that work down there want to live up here. Our lifestyle is different. We have a real sense of community here. So you can't sell high and buy low in this market. So you have to decide if you can get the most for where you are, and then find something that suits you, that works for you. There's not a lot of inventory. Julie was right on that. The water issues have hurt our waterfront a little bit, but we're starting to come back from that. And I just think that you have to be really savvy and work with someone who can give you some good advice.
Action. And we hold your hand from beginning to end, and you want somebody with the expert experience, the education. When you hire a lawyer or a doctor or an accountant, you want to make sure they have good experience, they come with good credentials, they've studied up on what they do. You don't want to go under the knife with the doctor if you're not sure that he's good at what he does. So you ask your friends, and you get a good referral, and you can read up on realtors these days. They have us rated on, Trulia. We ask our customers to give us testimonials, because this is now, I've heard the millennials, they look to see if you've been reviewed. They don't care what's been said, they just want to see if you have a review.
That's true.
So, for Sally's customers out there and for mine, please go on and give us a good review, hopefully it was good, that you had a good experience. But Jennifer Atkinson, love it. Great job, Sally and Tammy. That's your broker.
Jen.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for
Hi,
joining
Jen.
us.
Thanks.
And, ReMax of Stuart does a good job. They've been here, and they're family-oriented, because it's mother-daughter that started the franchise there, and have a lot of wonderful agents, and they're spread across Martin County. And my office in Coldwell Banker is wonderful, and I like, you're in a big company, but a local branch of it, and I'm in a big company, but a local branch of it. So we know the market right around us, and we know the trends in the greater picture, because we're in touch with that. And we keep in touch through All of our information comes from Florida Realtors, our organization that we belong to in Florida, we must belong to, as well as the National Association of Realtors. These are organizations that, it's like a doctor belonging to the AMA, you know, the American Medical Association. And you must belong to these associations in order to be to use the term realtor. And that's a brand. And so my message is to get out the word that the Realtor brand, the blue R, is what you want to look for when you're looking to sell or buy a home and work with somebody who is, you know, in their chops, you know, got their chops, earned their stripes. Sally certainly has done that, and I've been in the business 11 years, and Sally, how long have you been?
Well, I've been with ReMax for over 22. And
Okay.
Before that, I was with Sotheby's at Mariner Sands.
Oh,
so
okay.
that was another 7 or 8 years. So
Right.
over 30 years at
That's
this point.
amazing. So
Yeah.
there you go. There's experience that you just can't get with somebody who's just gotten their license, and you know, you want to be with somebody who's seasoned and who knows the market, who lives in the community and really knows it like the back of her hand. And you know, that's how I got to know Martin County, was driving around, going to open houses. You find out the communities and you learn from others, like such as yourself. And you know, I've come to your open houses and you tell me about the community
Right.
where that house is. And
Right.
so we share that information, and you want to be able to tap into that. That's what I'm trying to say.
And another thing, Julia, that we're so lucky to have is our Martin County Board of Realtors. We are
Yes.
so philanthropic, and we are so supportive of each other. And our RPAC community in our Board of Realtors always is supporting government affairs and government issues. So we are at work for you every Tuesday morning at that meeting.
That's right, and I had this conversation outside the studio one day after we got off the air, and they said, "What do you mean you meet and you what is this, a board, like an HOA?" Like, yes, it is. It's exactly like a homeowners association. We have a board of directors, we have a president, and we have officers, and we are the officers and directors of that organization that guides us as realtors for serving our customers and giving us the tools to make sure that our customers have the best service that they could
It's not
get.
going anywhere, Frank.
And then taking that up to the state level, we have Florida Realtors, and up to the national level, National Association of Realtors. And Sally, how many alphabet letters do you have after your name?
Oh, I have a lot of those things. I do.
And the public doesn't realize that that alphabet soup behind our names means we have studied hard and gone to
Right.
courses and over years and years,
Yes.
and taken these courses and passed tests, just like a lawyer or a tax accountant has to learn the new tax laws and stay up on things. You know, our tax laws change, and then we have to learn what that is. You know, real estate laws change, everything.
And it's become very litigious, so we have
Yes.
to really be careful what we do and be sure we know what we're doing.
Right.
And we have some wonderful attorneys in town who support
Yes.
us as well.
Yes.
And the first thing I am happy to do is turn over to them
Yes.
for their wonderful expertise.
I have no problem referring you to a real estate attorney for your legal questions, because that's not the hat that I wear.
Right.
So, and I want to say hi to Rosie Shepherd. She's in your
Rosie.
office.
Hi, Rosie.
ReMax of Stuart. Thanks. Hi, Rosie. And she was one of my first guests on the show back when we started, because we had the Junior League on.
Yes.
And she's on the board of directors of the Junior League. And that's how I got to know her. And I got to do a deal with her right off the bat. And that's the nice thing about being friends with people. It just makes it friendlier at the closing table. And what we're there to do is to make sure the transaction goes smoothly for the buyer and the seller. We're working for each of our customers and just working to make sure that transaction. And I tell people, it's like, you know, you're in Hollywood and you have the best agent in town to get you the best deal, and you want to have that person negotiating for you so that you get the blue M&Ms if that's what you want. So, being silly, but that is really what it's like. It's all a negotiation.
It's all about that. It's what Trulia can't do for you, because they're a national company and they don't know what's going on locally. So you do need that local realtor to help you out and
Right.
to keep you on the track.
Right, and as good as these online what do you call online sites like Trulia and Zillow, they're good.
And Realtor.com.
And Realtor.com is very good. And Realtor.com has all the listings from all of the realtors who are actual realtors from all the different associations. So that's very good. But what you want is a person. The human touch, the human element is still a big part of it, because we're still selling homes that have an emotional value as well as a financial value.
So I just had a question posed to me recently, who I referred to Sally.
Yeah.
If you're coming from out of town, you know no one in town,
Right.
and you're looking at all the signs and you're interested in properties, what is your advice to that person that's driving through our community and says, I want to live there? So what is your advice to them? You know, how do they get, I mean,
How do they find out more
spot
about
your
it?
first sign and
Yeah.
you can call that person, but, you know, does that get you to the right
Oh,
realtor?
no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, you want to investigate. It's a business decision ultimately. So you want to find somebody who has a good reputation, who's honest and fair in their dealings. And all of us take, we have a code of ethics in the National Association of Realtors. So, but you would want to, the Realtor Board cannot recommend any one of us. But you would be okay to call the ReMax of Stuart office or the Coldwell Banker office in Stuart. A major office like that, because you're not going to know a boutique office. And the
Right.
boutique agencies are very good too.
Right.
But the ones with the name brand recognition, I would say start there. And you've got ReMax and Keller Williams and Coldwell Banker and Better Homes and Gardens. You have Berkshire Hathaway. So these are all wonderful companies with very good agents. So that's one place to start. What do you think, Sally?
Well, I also think if you can get online and look at some listings and you can look
Yes.
at some referrals
There we go.
and some recommendations, you'll have a good sense. When I go to look for a restaurant, I'll go online and
Right.
I'll want to see how many good recommendations they have. So that's a good start.
Right.
And I think that if you get enough people that know that that's what you do, you should be able to get some referrals.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, unfortunately, our second guest didn't come this evening. I don't know what happened, but we'll have them back. That was the equine, the
Rescue.
ERAF. You have to say it like that. Equine Rescue
Rescue.
and Adoption Foundation. So we'll have them back. But I want to thank the Treasure Coast, the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast. This was see how fast an hour
Oh my
goes
gosh,
by?
it was wonderful.
Right?
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
and really, truly, they
Frank,
deserve
are we
an
back?
hour and more, because we're not off the air yet, are we?
No.
No.
We back?
1 minute.
We've been back.
Oh, shit, I didn't put it on.
Oh, no cussing. This is just, so I don't know, they couldn't hear us on FaceTime Live? Or could they?
Well, I can hear you, Mike.
Oh, they hear Mike. Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, so, well, we're still, Sam Massey, my brother-in-law in Houston, and Sharon Robinson, another fine realtor in Houston, my friend from high school.
How nice.
Hi, Sharon, and thanks for joining us. So we're here with the Treasure Coast, the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And, in Houston we have that. We're the only one around for miles, though. All the way up and down the East Coast, from Vero, Fort Pierce, all up to there. Sebastian, from Sebastian on
Right.
down to Fort Lauderdale. There's no other children's museum, so come to ours. It's wonderful. We have a big event coming up October 28th. I say we because I feel like I'm part of it now. But October 28th is a Friday night. It's going to be a big Monster Dash 5K run. And parents and children can run in that. You can register. What's the cost to register?
It's $35.
$35. That's nothing. And sponsorships are still available at $100. And what does that mean, Frank? Sorry.
30 seconds.
Oh, 30 seconds. Okay.
Woohoo, we're done.
So we're done. And that was fun.
Thank
Stick a
you.
fork in us. Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Julia,
Thank you,
very
Tammy.
much.
Thank you, Sally, for coming. Sally Stetson and Tammy Calabria with the Children's Museum for the Treasure Coast. And I'm Julia Sansevere, and look me up on Facebook, talking about real estate, Julia Sansevere, Florida Waterfront Specialist, 772-919-1385. And Sally, a shout out at ReMax of Stuart. Call ReMax, call Sally directly. She'll help you. She's a very, very good realtor and a good friend of mine. And I thank you very much for coming tonight.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for
Thanks.
having us.
And we'll see you next week. I've got Drew Pittman, another fine realtor, and he's got a wonderful cause that he's working on for his own son, EB. So we'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Thanks.
Fun.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. Thank you. That's really good.
We're still on Facebook.
And we're still on?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still on. Okay, so hey everybody. Beth Ann Algie, thank you. She's been listening to the station website. Love this show. Yay. And Buzz Belmont, my friend from Houston.
How nice.
High
You
school
have a
and
great-
grade school.
You have such a good
Facebook.
following.
I know. Thank you, Facebook friends. And my friends from my home life, I mean, that's just the best thing ever. And from Stuart, this is the thing, is that I was a Girl Scout, and I think I did it because I loved having friends. And then that's when I found Women's Council Realtors, which
I
is where I
thought you
was.
liked it because you did cookies.
Well, the cookies were good too, definitely. Okay, he outed me. It was the cookies. All right, but that's why I joined Women's Council Realtors,
Can't lie
because it's a
around it.
club. It's like you feel like you
I
belong.
love those Girl Scouts
Right.
cookies.
Stop it over there. He's telling all these stories about me. It's true. But chocolate mints are pretty good. So we're gonna see you at the run, and send in your costumes afterward. The Treasure Coast Children's Museum.
Or your $5.
Or
if
your
everybody
$5.
did it, we'd be really in good
10.
shape.
Yeah, because they're having a capital campaign, so don't forget about that. And go to the website, childrensmuseumtc.org, or Facebook, the Children's Museum of the Treasure Coast, or the app.
Yes.
Go to your store and get the app. And we are signing off. It's 8 o'clock on a Wednesday. We got to let Frank go home and taking my husband out for his birthday.
Happy
Yay.
birthday, Rick.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, thank you.
And just be careful when you hit it. I'll come over there. I'll make sure that we get it right. You have to hit the finish button. Do you hit finish?
Well, if they
Storage
didn't
all
get
is
it
full.
about
You have to
the
hit
run,
that and then hit finish.